I've come along to the children's nursery school in Borough Road, just around the corner from the Forum, where Yvonne Preston is based and from where she runs a project called Scrap StudioArts, an artist studio and scrap store where people can come and get lots of different scrap materials to use in art projects and have fun with. The idea behind it is that people can come along to a central base where there's not only the materials and equipment to produce art projects, but there's also enough space to create projects both large and small. People can work on their own ideas, but because of Yvonne's experience gained over many years as a creative artist, and because working with recycled materials can be quite challenging, she's on hand to give advice.
There's a lot of things like, I met these kind of stag heads and things like that, and if people say, wow, I want to make one of them, it's a bike seat, and then of course it's all bottle top, so it's really simple things, but it's quite challenging. So people haven't got the money to go out and buy things or to recover to have new things, so perhaps they want to be able to recover things or give things new life. So they're looking for different ways to do that. So if we have studio space here, and it's already set up with machines there, we have lots of different tools. We've got printing equipment, paper making equipment. We use hammers and things like that. Can I just show you these? These are I make things just because it's just part of my work that I like to give people ideas, and so because often most of the projects stay at schools or wherever. But these are my bottle top towers, and people always say, "Wow, they're fantastic!" And what is it? Well, when you look what it is, it's like vanish tops and
Wow.
hairspray tops, fairy liquid tops, and things like that. But it's just making it for its own sake, really. It's just that you can make beautiful things. The plastics that are there have already got their own colour and everything, and then I have things like this. I've got lots of things at home like.
And you see, we just throw things like this away, don't we?
And then I've had this stag's head for years, and so I decided to wrap it and then put buttons on things. It's just to show that it's with these different, people see the kind of thing on the telly that people are altering things themselves, and then as well the stags, the antlers, I've wrapped them. I think wrappings are really effective. It really brightens things up,
Sure.
and it makes them kind of acceptable to be putting in your home.
Fascinating. Where do you get all your materials from?
People, I collect them from, we have a upholstery and a couple of places where they give us upholstery materials,
Right.
boxes of this stuff, and we end up getting some really big pieces, of course this is all clean and new, it's not been used and it would have gone in the bin.
These are offcuts then, yeah?
So offcuts, yeah. So although it's recycling, what we're doing is like repurposing, we're reusing things. These were meant to go as obviously for headboards and all kinds of things like that, but it's all offcuts and things. So we make bags with them, and then again it's people are not just doing, it's not just art for art's sake, they're actually making things, useful things. And so I always have things out and about that it's ideas for people to work on straight away. Like we've got this plastic come in, got lots of this plastic, and I was thinking what we're gonna, it goes into the scrap store, but I'm thinking I try to get things from the scrap store, ideas for people to work with. So this plastic, so I was thinking, so we've made
A windmill.
and it works.
Oh, yes.
Windmills, and that's just made with, we've used buttons and that plastic. I don't know what the plastic was for, but just thinking what can use it. And then these can go as kind of things on people's vegetable gardens and things like that, allotments, and it can keep the birds off. Then we've got things like somebody gave me a load of CDs, so I saw this somewhere, don't know where, you pick up ideas all the time, and it's used for they start to weave with them, so you can. It's like a little weaving loom. So people can wrap wool round there, weave wool. They can weave this kind of stuff. We've got a lot of like old cassette tapes, and they can weave the cassette tapes. And then so it's learning a skill. It's weaving, very basic form. But then you can hang these on the trees as reflectors as well.
Lovely. I guess it's a very sociable event as well, isn't it? Your workshops, yeah?
People come with their families or the friends. We have the Thursdays in school holidays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Every school holidays are creative workshops here on the morning and the afternoon, and then we have but in term time there's a Thursday afternoon which is 1 till 3, and that's for adults to come. So adults can come and we do all kinds of projects. At the tea time, it's the Children's Art Club, 5 till 6:15, which is a really that we have some great kids there. They learn, our children know how to use the sewing machines now, and they're picking up lots of skills that's really going to help them at school. But we also offer parties for any age really. We've had a lot of parties in here. And people come. We've got kitchen facilities there, so they can come bring their own food, or sometimes they do the workshop here and then they'll go into town for food. But we can make the workshops to whatever they want. The recycling, we do even things like felting, printing, paper making, whatever. But we're also bringing in other things. We have one party that we do is sock monkey parties, and that's very...
Sock monkey parties, that sounds fascinating.
The original sock monkeys were, I think it was an American company, and every sock that was sold went out with a little pattern to make a monkey out of the socks when you were finished with them. Obviously this is one of the things that people don't have, we don't collect old socks kind of thing. But it's an idea there, so we have people have parties with them. So just out of one pair of socks, obviously these are new socks, but then it's just all pinned in there.
Cool.
And then what they do is the kids sew everything on, sew the ears and everything, and then they start embellishing them with buttons and lace and things like that, and that is all recycled. But then, although these are new socks, then we hope that people are going to go away and it's an idea for them to do something really
Fascinating, fascinating. I think there's a story behind this picture you've got on the wall here as well, isn't it? Tell me about this.
I did it, it was probably last year, and it was in the Crown Street Library, and it was to promote the Crown Street Gallery as a place to go and look at art. And Creative Darlington, they asked me to do a representation of one of the pictures. They have many pictures, many hundreds of pictures, I think, in the library itself. And this one is with it's a picture of Lewis Carroll in Croft Rectory, where he used to go. Apparently, used to go for a couple of months for his summer holidays.
Right.
So this is actually smaller than the original painting.
And what's it made out of?
It's made out of plastic bags. So what I did is I drew it out, and then it's made out of plastic bags. This is like clementine wrappers, oranges, orange bags, and that was like from Morrison's. And so over 3 days, can you see there Morrison's carrier bag?
Sure. Yeah.
So it was asking people we have a load of stuff there. And then it was these like lottery tickets. Can you see lottery ticket faces? And once you get up to it, you can actually see what it's made of. But from a distance, hopefully, it's
we
quite
can actually see that now. Yeah, it stands out quite well close up, doesn't it?
It's quite from a distance, it's quite a good representation of what the painting was itself.
Sure. Do people often bring their own materials with them as well?
Yeah. We've had a run just the last few weeks because people working up to going away for the summer, and we've been tie-dyeing clothes, their own clothes, and new t-shirts that they've bought, cotton t-shirts for them to go away in. But they've also been bringing some of the summer clothes and like putting embellishments onto them, or altering them, shortening them, things like that, and of course they can use the machines to do that. So we've been giving last year's holiday glow was a bit of a, we're using them up for this year.
I mean, do you get a lot of people attending your workshops?
Saturday morning is unbelievably popular, and I think that's probably because it's people's weekends. And we have, grandmas coming in with the kids, dads coming in with the kids, and a lot of friends groups come in as well, people who know each other the kids know each other from school. And that's been, I think, the way that the word spread is people have saying, oh, I've gone to this really good studio, and then they tell the friends, and then they come in to see what it's about. I think word of mouth's the best form of publicity we've had. So that's really popular. And the other, so it was, people have asked me if I would offer it on different days, so I'm starting to do it on a Tuesday tea time as well for Creative Families. And then the other ones, the Thursday nights and Thursday afternoons, we're kind of trying to grow, really. We only sort of have a handful of people come to those, but those people have been coming, they haven't left, they kind of. And they're also, some of the adults are some of the adults, the parents that come on a Saturday, and they've enjoyed themselves so much that they want to come and work by themselves, because they see all the projects around, and they've come to have a go themselves, so that's good. So I'm hoping to grow the publicity, really, grow the numbers like that, with all nice jazzy, pick your own inners kind of thing.
I mean, something like that would cost quite a lot, quite a bit of money, wouldn't it, if you bought it new?
Yeah.
But you can just rehash things.
People see things made up. People see things made up, and this we give people the opportunity to come and make things themselves.
Absolutely, it's fascinating. Do you get a lot of families coming in?
Yes, a lot of families. I think people use it as, like when I was little, I would, be working, be there in the shed with my dad or my granddad or whatever, learning how to use hammers and everything, and we have all that kind of equipment about. So instead of people have very little time at home now because of work commitments and things, so this enables people just to walk into it and walk out of it as well. Everything's set up here, you can come and use the...
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going to set up a craft studio at home, it's not practical, is it? Because you need a lot of space, don't you?
And people say as well as, I used to do that when I was younger, or when they had more time themselves. So, and a lot of people are getting projects that they've had for ages out their own cupboards and bringing them here and finish them off, or they've forgotten kind of where they were with it, and it's, probably when the children came along or anything like that, and then it just encourages them to get back. So it's fun, but we're giving them a thrifty kind of solution to that they can perhaps think about making things themselves rather than going out and buying.
Only nice and central, just around the town centre here on Borough Road as well, so not a difficult place to find.
We're just next to the forum, down the road from the Civic.
Yeah,
so
cool.
It's a very good address to have.
Lovely, Yvonne, thank you.